This video demonstrates counting using while loops. We have a program on the right that outputs the cost of commuting per mile in dollars. It asks the user, what is your cost per mile in cents? It does a calculation to convert that from cents to dollars, and then the program will output every 5 miles from 0 to 100. Right now it's just outputting 0. Let's see how the program works. Go ahead and run this. I'm going to say it's a 50 cents per mile, so 0 miles cost $0. That's right. All right, so what we could do is if we need to output every 5 miles for 100, then we could go with 5 miles. So 5 miles will be the cost of driving a mile times 5. And we can go ahead and run and see how that looks. There we go. So I could copy and paste this another 18 times. That's one option. Rather extensive. So if I were to keep on going, we notice a pattern that starts to happen. So at 10 miles, there we go. Okay, so we could continue adding in, just copy, pasting, and modifying, but there's a pattern. The pattern is that these numbers, the number of miles, is just increasing by 5. And so instead we could use a loop that counts from 0 to 100. So let's go ahead and play with that a little bit in the interpreter. So if I wanted to go miles, and I want miles to start at 0, and while miles has not reached or is equal to 100, then we want to print miles and increment miles by 5 afterwards. So the first time miles will be 0, and then we ask the question, is miles less than or equal to 100? Yes, it is. So we print 0, and then 0 plus 5 gets placed into miles, which is now 5. So miles is 5. 5 is less than or equal to 100. So we print 5, and then 5 plus 5 goes into miles, becomes 10. 10 is less than or equal to 100, etc. So let's see how this works. Okay, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way to 100. So that's exactly the mile range that we would like to have. So we can use this code, and instead of just printing miles, we can use miles to replace our 0, 5, 10, etc. in our program. So let's go ahead and copy over the variable miles, put that at the top. We have our while loop condition, and we'll place this above the print, and then we'll go ahead and just copy and print miles, as well as the incrementer of miles. It increments by 5. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure the program still works fine. So go ahead and run this module, and I'll say 50 cents per mile. And this is the counting we would like. And now we just replace the print statement with this print statement. And instead of having 0, we'll just put miles, the variable miles. And instead of multiplying by 0, we'll multiply by the number of miles. We'll save, run the module. Again, I'll say 50 cents a mile. And here we have 0 miles, $0, 10 miles, $5, 50 miles, 25. So that's the right output. We just have some extra print statements from our previous implementation. So I'll just delete those. And we'll run the program again. I'll say 50 cents. And that looks good for 50 cents. What if we were to do a different number? What if we said it was a 75 cents? And that's good for 75 cents. Thank you.